Welcome to this Tarot de Marseille card reading for the next 2 weeks of 47 and 48, 2018, from November 19 to December 2nd. Please remember that this is a general reading on the energies going on right now globally regarding politics, climate, etc., and inside of us as human beings and Earth people living on this planet, and therefore it will not necessarily resonate with your personal life in details. If you would like a personal reading, feel free to contact me on my email. I do readings in both Danish and English. You can also find additional information on my readings on my YouTube channel, Her Language Astrology and Her Language Tarot, and of course on my website herlanguage.dk. Also, for more specific information about the meaning of each card of the Major Arcana deck and the 4 elements of the Minor Arcana deck, please go to my YouTube site for prior readings where I explain this thoroughly. I intend to keep my readings as short and precise as possible for you to enjoy their messages whenever a short break is needed in your everyday life routines. In general, the Tarot de Marseille cards are supposed to give us an idea of what the theme right now is about in our life. Highly intuitive work is required when dealing with these cards, but the cards should, however, be understood as the cycle of life, starting with the card number 0, which symbolizes us as human beings on our way out in life, on our life journey, symbolized by the cards number 1 to 21. As I mentioned before in a prior reading with the star people coming in with messages for us, I felt that they would be back eventually to bring us some more info or support. When meditating upon this reading before taking any action with the cards, I sensed very clearly that they would appear in this reading. So, be aware of what is going on around you, as they explained to me when I asked them about the distance between us and them. We are neither far nor near, because distance do not exist. They could suddenly appear through words, songs, signs in the traffic and so on, where you feel a prompt moment of extended awareness and feelings of a deeper presence. Now let's turn to the reading for the next 2 weeks and see what the star people have for us through the card messages. The first card to show itself is card number 7, the Chariot, coming out upside down, which deals with defeat and inability. So there is something here that we have not mastered yet. From the Minor Arcana deck, we have 2 of Swords coming out together with Knight of Wands upside down, telling us about a battle going on the mental realm, leaving us a bit unable to take action, not allowing our actions to freely unfold regarding both to our own body, doing what we feel we need to do to keep our body in balance, to keep it open as the spiritual, intuitive tool that it truly is, and our interactions with our surroundings and other people. Then we have 4 of Swords entering. Now this card is drawing our attention to the fact that we prefer to isolate ourselves a bit, want to keep our activities small and our thoughts to ourselves, keeping us to ourselves. The final Minor Arcana card for card number 7 is 9 of Chalices, which is sort of coming in as an overall ruler in this case, as I was asked to lay the card sideways, as you perhaps can see on the picture of the entire tarot deck. This card is talking about virtue and affection, referring to the realm of our sensitivity and emotions, and also spirituality, telling us here that despite all the mental worrying and isolation, plus lack of physical action, underneath it all, we are actually on the right path when it comes to see and perceive things more clearly than ever before in our history. The star people giving us a thumbs up by saying, "You are trying." To find out how this will play out, we'll move to the next major arcana card that came out, which was card number 4, the Emperor, showing us stability. Through strength and protection while struggling to get there, where we want to be in our lives, reaching our goals, we will be feeling taken care of materially, housing, food, paying our bills, which the Knight of Pentacles is promising us. This could also be seen as a new energy coming in, which could mean some changes in how to design our future Earth life. We will be recognized for our spiritual work, which is coming in with 10 of Chalices. We will rest in that feeling, a feeling of happy union, both within ourselves and through that also with the world around us on a spiritual and emotional level. So let's see what the last of the 3 major arcana cards has for us. Here we find card number 5, the High Priest, inspiration, telling us that we will seek advice or inspiration and perhaps some relief from this sometimes hard work with the spirituality at mediums, healers, and so on, what we conventionally call the alternative world. And maybe from past life therapy, through our dreams of our highest potential, return to the past, for example, to go back to a happy youth or childhood, etc., and our memories. All this coming in together with the minor arcana cards, the 6 of Chalices and King of Swords. The expert advices that we seek coming from people who work with the mental and abstract realm, which absolutely could be implying that we have to do with what we perceive with our third eye, our pineal gland between our eyebrows, known as the 6th chakra. The cards also tell us that we might feel like turning to someone whom we trust, who is intelligent and on the same vibration with us and our values. If we have material problems or money issues, the cards could also imply that we need to seek support and advice from lawyers, financial consultants, and so on. Someone who is educated and know how to deal with his or her professional area. All this simply to assist us in the times of transition, to ease our pain, so to say. And additionally, we also need to seek advice from professionals for mental and psychological purposes as well, because lastly we have 10 and 8 of Swords coming in as the 2 last minor arcana cards, which tell us that we are having some pain that we do not know of, the depth of it, some imbalance in our connection between our mind and our physical body, and therefore we are in self-defense, not treating ourselves properly in accordance with our higher self. This is the reason of, or the cause to, the lack of communication with our body as a spiritual tool, like I mentioned earlier, and which brings us back to the major arcana card number 7 upside down. We have not yet succeeded. We still have some blockage that prevents the spirit to flow freely within us. That the cards number 7, 4, and 5 came out for this reading also tell us that we are still living in the conventional mindset, but that we have understood the first part of our journey, which is often about our material, financial status, and physical surroundings, but there are certain signs that this will not be forever and that we will move forward on our path in life, asking existential questions. So, to sum up what these weeks is about for us, I looked at the bottom of each card deck, starting with the major arcana cards. And here we find card number 19, the Sun, All about harmony, friendship, solidarity, most of all clarity. It's like the Star People is saying, as above, so below. The sun on the picture could symbolize us being ready to face our path in life with authority and responsibility. Now let's have a look at the bottom of the Minor Arcana card deck for more details on this. And here we find Four of Pentacles, which talks about realization and development in our physical surroundings and our material lives. And in connection to that, it could mean that we look for a new foundation, something solid to build from in our lives. So all this will lead us to see clearly where and how to build in our lives, how to survive the future on Earth by making better, more efficient and definitely more sustainable use of the things we surround ourselves with in our modern living. Already I think we find such initiatives in the world where we see quite many architects, entrepreneurs, designers, both in areas regarding our clothing and decoration of our homes, and ordinary people like you and me trying off new ideas as to lessen our pollution, garbage and so on in our everyday life households. And like the cards say, we will gain more and more clarity on this. To put a few words on the next 2 weeks, I shuffled my angel cards from the original angel card deck, written and drawn by Kathy Tyler and Joy Drake, and the cards that came out when shuffling them were understanding and gratitude, or let me say, understanding through gratitude, which very clearly tell us that by being grateful for what we have been given, we will come to understand how to use our resources both from within and the resources we find in nature. So we must go within before we can master the receive and give balance, to come in tune with our biological, ecological and electrical rhythm in our bodies, and through that in tune with the rhythm of life around us. I'm gonna leave it at that. Hope you have enjoyed the reading. Remember to listen to your body for signs that let you know that there is great love out there for all of us. We're not alone. Take care. Send out your good loving energies to inspire others when changing your life for the better. As always, thank you for watching and listening.